Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They'll run play action. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback. A first down for the offense. The give out of the gun. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, a lot every single week.
Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and... Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Back to throw, it's Hester. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the kick.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers.
They have...
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give on the inside. Oh, he gave him the limp back. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Power ahead. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. A 3rd and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. They'll try to pound their way in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! He started this drive in great field position now, needing to convert on 3rd and 2. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Just trying to power it ahead. They pick up 5. Ball spotted at the 12.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Looking downfield, it's Hester. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on 4th downs, they'd have said yes, please, and that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This offense is cooking, especially on 4th down.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes a grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Trying to slam in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone.
LSU lining up first and goal. Let's go! They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rocks and warrior.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job of finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to play there. This dude has shown you.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good at every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This was a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm the first down. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's a big stride inside the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Third and long from the 30-yard line, and this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Now the play fake. He took a hit as he... This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ballgame to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offensive's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love more. Be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. There, but he still gets his... Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Going up top on first down. He's taking the deep shot. And the pass is in. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Keenan Memorial Stadium, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. And basketball may be in the blood, but They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. Gets it out fast. And that is a nifty bit. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go. And the Cardinals have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisville!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, and the last.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it up to 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Got it. So to cashing it in for this offense. turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Slams ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals! Man, did he show some hops for that one. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in the rhythm because this pass rush is in your face all day.
Midfield, he's got room. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a on for this offense. He wants to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. Makes the catch at the 20. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They almost went end-to-end and housed it. Now a chance to stick it in the end zone. 1st and 10 from the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws this late in the game.
You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to be that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early, trying to find that in their next game, I think would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well.
Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, and the house has been built by guys from Boomer to Dig. Home to the Maryland Terrapins, where the fans are eager to welcome visitors into the shell. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Maryland Terrapins. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside... The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Oregon!
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. Right. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Let's go. The run from the shotgun. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got it down the middle. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called.
Offense.
So the decision. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. He's looking to pass. Just had to get rid of that one. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got his man. The defense is going to dare them to throw the ball. They know the offense is trying to run out the clock. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing.
Turns it on down the left side. At the 30. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oregon. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense option. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but you listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one stop with this many points being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Eighth play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. They want to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not... They're facing a 3rd down. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And into the end zone. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1.
That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
And the Vols trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. On the option. Now the toss. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against...
Touchdown ball! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Yards away from another 3rd down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Duggan. The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
When you're on offense, you see so much of this nowadays. You see misdirection. You see somebody flying across the formation. Why? To get the eyeballs of those linebackers, to get them to move out of a gap, one space. Works to perfection here. That's why they break off the big gain on offense.
The option look. He'll pitch it. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be moved.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
And the defense drags him down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's knocked down to the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Moving away from pressure. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their They've been able to control the ball. This is the 7th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Going to try to get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That is the exact situation that every defense draws up. I want you in 3rd and long. I want you in a predictable passing situation. But I don't want you with that guy, because that guy can run around, scramble, buy time, make 3rd and long look like 3rd and short, and pick up a first down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the punishment has been extended. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4 and 1. Beep, beep, beep. You know what that is? That's the garbage truck unloading the garbage time points right now.
That's garbage time points.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical, they were faster, and it shows.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. BYU Cougars taking on the 17th ranked team in the 3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. Makes that one pay off, and they... Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. Wide out in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to go with the ball. First down for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the ball is picked off.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. Hey, that's a live ball. Well, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, fires downfield. For the 3rd straight. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Direct snap. They thought they could just run it on. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This defense is going to... They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Nice job.
That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Reels it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be in. Excellent field position here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll drag him down after a... A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Had it right in his... to the ground. It'll be fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. He's got his man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, West Virginia. And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get it done.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College. Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got his man quickly. And sure, tackling there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Off play action. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown Longhorns!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Let's it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
They're going to throw it again. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the pass is intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. That they can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Motion from the offense. The jet sweep pass. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Looking to throw on second down. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live the play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Third and goal coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. To the air on first down. He's right on target. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, they've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.